Alright guys, making a quick video on taking risks. I'm gonna try to make videos based on my Facebook statuses. This way I reach out to more people. But this one is about taking risks. I put a status about that. Always take risk in life, right? This also goes back to the video I made about testosterone and competition and things like that. There's various studies on the brain, which is where testosterone starts, the production starts in the brain, then your balls. And then so that when people competed against their friends, but everybody knows competition raises testosterone, right? I hope you know that. It goes up by like 20%. Then it goes back down. But they found out when people competed, their T levels went up. When they competed against rivals, the T levels went up. When they competed against enemies, the T levels went up. When they competed against their friends, no change at all. And the scientists were like, wow, that's phenomenal. I mean, it's the same sport, same competition, same winner loser scenario, but no change in T levels. And they realized it only affected the T levels when they were competing against enemies because there was a risk involved. There was a risk of losing social status or a risk of losing prestige or whatever, you know, whatever your brain perceived as a risk. And the conclusion is when your brain perceives something as a risk, you're gonna have like a biological response to it, right? It might not be enough to make a big drastic change, but it's a sign to tell you that risk taking has its place in, you know, becoming better, you know. And like I said, you never would have learned how to walk unless you took risk as a fucking toddler. You never would have learned how to swim until you took a risk. You never would have learned how to fucking you would not be squatting fucking 3 plates until you first took that risk. So everything that is worth remembering, that is worth adding to your fucking glory, requires risk taking. You must take risks, guys. And like I tell people, if you don't, people say, well, I might as well just stay the way I am because at least I'm not losing anything. Well, that's where you're wrong, because when you do take a risk, right, if you win, you, like I mentioned in the status, you increase by 1 level. Let's say that's fucking video games. We all know fucking video games, right? You take a risk and you win, what happens? You go up 1 level. You take a risk and you lose, you stay the same, but you gain fucking experience, right? You gain experience. Back in the Pokemon days, you go and you fight the fucking what they call the last motherfuckers, the Elite Four. If you win, good. You lose, at least you know you gotta go back in that fucking grass and train more, or you know which to change your lineup or which Pokemon to use next time. You know what I mean? So even when you lose, because you took that risk, you get experience, you learn something. Now the person who doesn't move at all, yes, he's not gonna gain that 1 point, and he might not lose 1 point, but he's losing the point that he could have gained, right? And he's losing experience he could have gained. So the one who doesn't take any risk at all is worse off than the person who took a risk and lost. You get what I mean? So every time something requires you to take a risk, look at your pros and cons. What are you giving up? What are you losing? What are the rewards? I'm not saying everything is worth risking your life overall. Everything is worth taking a risk on. But if you see that the reward of winning is far greater than the pain of losing, then go ahead and take that risk. All right, guys? I promise it's going to be a short video, so I'll end it right here. Take risks, guys. Alpha mentality. You will never get anywhere without taking a risk. You will never know if the grass is green on the other side unless you fucking check the other side. All right? Alpha, I'm out of here. The thing I forgot to mention is, think about the first time you lost your virginity, right? I put that in the status too, right? Think about the first time you lost your virginity. That was a fucking risk for most people. I don't know about y'all. It was a risk for fucking me, right? It was a risk. And look at what happened after you took that risk. After you finally lost it, you went into I'm assuming it's the same for you, but you went into this fucking rampage where you just kept, you know, getting more and more ass, right? After your first ass, you have this confidence, man. You don't give a fuck, and you end up having like, you know, most people had more sex during the first year after they lost their virginity than they do later on, because you have that confidence, right? And think about it, if you hadn't taken that risk, probably would still been a virgin for like another year or 2 after that, because most of us, our first times was fucking magical. You know, luck was on our side. So if you had given up on the opportunity, can you imagine? Just look back, think about the first time you got pussy. Think about if you had just let the opportunity go. You would have missed out on such a great fucking moment, guys. So not only taking risks come with rewards, but it comes with confidence that allows you to take more risks and win more and bounce back and more and more and more and more and more. This video is too fucking long. All right, Team 3D out. Hey guys, what's going on? Really quick video. Top 3 protein sources for bodybuilders. Now me and Hansa did this extensive study where we spent like 2 weeks literally looking at all the fucking nutrients, minerals, and whatever that a bodybuilder needs to optimize his muscle gains, right? I mean, we looked at everything, things that affect your hormones.